Is Imam al-Mahdi coming soon? If soon, how soon? Every time there is a conflict in the Middle East or globally, these kind of videos and information start circulating. This book by Shaykh-ul-Islam, Dr. Muhammad Tahir-ul-Qadri, presents a clear picture on the circumstances around the arrival of Imam al-Mahdi. Welcome to the book review. So this book by Dr. Muhammad Tahir-ul-Qadri addresses misconceptions surrounding the coming of Imam Muhammad al-Mahdi alayhi salam. It refutes the idea that a Mahdi appears in every age and emphasizes the arrival of a specific individual foretold by Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Dr. Qadri clarifies that belief in the Mahdi is a consensus among Muslim scholars throughout the history, with the only major disagreement being the timing of his appearance. Sunni scholars believe he is yet to be born, while Shia scholars believe he is in occultation. The book also warns against the claimants to the title of Mahdi, citing Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani as an example. Dr. Qadri supports his arguments with extensive research on over 200 prophetic traditions, emphasizing the importance of relying on authentic sources. So, in our summary section, the book discusses the coming of Imam Muhammad al-Mahdi alayhi salam, highlighting the need for understanding due to historical misconceptions. It emphasizes the authenticity of hadith about Imam Muhammad al-Mahdi, citing numerous scholars who classified them as mutawatir, mass-transmitted ahadith. The author also references various books written by scholars on the subject, including works of Imam Nuaym bin Hammad and Imam Abdur Razak bin Hammam. The coming of Imam Muhammad al-Mahdi is a significant event in Islam, with numerous scholars compiling books on the subject. The signs of the Day of Judgment are divided into three periods you have to understand. The first period ending around 1 millennium after the Prophet's passing, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The second period, characterized by minor signs, is ongoing and will not see the appearance of Mahdi alayhi salam, who will arrive during the third period of the major signs. So, what are the minor signs of the Day of Judgment according to the Hadith? Let's look into the Hadith now. And this is where the book excels in various competition. The minor signs of the Day of Judgment, including abundant rain with poor harvests and widespread immorality, are already present. These signs, remember my listeners, mentioned in the Hadith indicate the proximity of the Day of Judgment, but do not necessarily signal the arrival of Imam Muhammad al-Mahdi alayhi salam. The spread of immorality, including homosexuality and disregard for religious teachings, is a significant concern, with Muslim leaders accused of being agents of Western influence. Contemporary television, internet, and social media are blamed for spreading the fitna or immorality, particularly among children. Parents are urged to set a good example by avoiding these influences and to recognize the signs of the Day of Judgment, including the appearance of Imam Muhammad al-Mahdi alayhi salam. Imam Muhammad al-Mahdi is described as a descendant of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, with a non-Arab appearance and a mix of Arab and non-Arab characteristics. Imam Muhammad al-Mahdi will live for 40 years after his bay'ah. And remember that his bay'ah will be, and he will make Jerusalem as his capital for 14 years. His appearance will be preceded by earthquakes and downfall of the current global superpower, with Europe potentially becoming the dominant power. He'll be born in the Qar'a, receive bay'ah in Mecca, and later establish Jerusalem as the capital of his global Islamic state. The Antichrist, Al-Dajjal, will also appear at around the same time. Remember that appearance of Imam al-Mahdi is coincided with two more appearances, Al-Dajjal and Isa alayhi salam. So when the Dajjal will appear, at the same time, he will lead an army of around 70,000 Jews, causing chaos until he is defeated by Imam al-Mahdi and Prophet Isa alayhi salam. Imam Muhammad al-Mahdi will establish a global Islamic state, conquering major cities like Jerusalem and Rome. The Battle of Greater India will be a significant event, with those who participate in it granted freedom from the hellfire. Hadiths predict the simultaneous battles of the Turks and Abyssinia, led by Imam Muhammad al-Mahdi alayhi salam, and the conquest of India and China thereafter. The greatest war involving Constantinople and Jerusalem will precede the Antichrist appearance, with Imam al-Mahdi ruling from Jerusalem for 14 years. After Imam al-Mahdi's death passing away, Africa will pledge allegiance to the global Islamic state, and a caliphate will continue for 24 years more. The period of Imam al-Mahdi will be marked by significant events, including the appearance of Prophet Isa alayhi salam, the emergence of Dajjal, and the depopulation of Medina. The destruction of the Kaaba and the rising of the sun from the west will also occur during this time. These events will culminate in the blowing of the trumpet and leading to the resurrection and the day of judgment. The appearance of, remember, Imam al-Mahdi is closely linked to the day of judgment, with specific timelines provided in the hadith. While the exact date is known only to Allah, scholars estimate the Imam's arrival based on these signs. And remember that scholars are deriving information from the hadith. And they are suggesting a possible appearance in the next millennium. However, it's emphasized that these calculations are estimates and the exact millennium remains uncertain. And this is where Shaykh-ul-Islam's book is relevant. The appearance of Imam Muhammad al-Mahdi, the first sign of the Day of Judgment, is expected after the completion of the 2nd century after the millennium. So we are in the 1400, so around the year 2200 AD. So let's come to our analysis section. What is the analysis? How is this book? The author of the book, Shaykh-ul-Islam, Dr. Tahir-ul-Qadri Madazillu alayh, presents a detailed exposition on the Islamic concept of the coming of Imam Muhammad al-Mahdi, focusing heavily on establishing the authenticity of the hadith related to him and refuting alternative interpretations. Because remember, this is a religious belief. So of course, the stronger the events and the stronger the evidences, and then the projections will be related to that one. So what is the core argument that the author presents? The central argument is that the coming of Imam al-Mahdi is a genuine and significant Islamic belief supported by numerous authentic hadiths. The author aims to dispel erroneous beliefs, particularly the idea that the Mahdi is a symbolic figure or appears in every age. They assert that Imam al-Mahdi is a specific individual destined to appear at the end of time, and it's not some symbolic event or a figure. So what is the methodology that the author relies on? He is heavily relying on authority of the hadith, classifying them according to their perceived strength, mutawatir, sahih, etc. A significant portion is dedicated to establishing the mutawatir status of hadith concerning the Mahdi, emphasizing the consensus of past scholars on this classification. This emphasis on hadith authenticity is crucial to the argument as it seeks to solidify the belief in Imam al-Mahdi within a traditional Islamic framework. Key themes and concepts in the book: hadith authenticity, primary focus with extensive discussion of mutawatir hadith and the importance of accepting them. The author cites numerous respected Islamic scholars to support their classification. And he also refutes opposing views. The author directly addresses and refutes alternative interpretation of the Mahdi concept, including those who deny his existence as a specific individual or who have falsely claimed to be him. The mention of Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Qadiani serves as a clear example of rejected claim. Then, the author brings also signs of the Day of Judgment. The coming of Imam al-Mahdi is placed within the broader canopy of the signs of the Day of Judgment. The author distinguishes between minor and major signs, and arguing that the minor signs are already present, while the major signs beginning with the Mahdi's arrival are yet to come. And this is what we need to understand. Specific events such as the Mongol invasion of Baghdad and a volcanic eruption are interpreted as past signs. The author also clearly describes the description of Imam al-Mahdi and provides detailed description of Imam Mahdi's lineage, physical appearance, character, and role. He is portrayed as a descendant of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, a just ruler and a leader who will establish a global Islamic state. Interestingly, the author also brings in the role of technology, which is not seen in any of the books. He incorporates modern technology into the narrative, suggesting that Imam al-Mahdi will utilize advanced weaponry, including warships, aircraft, and even spaceships. This attempt to reconcile traditional beliefs with contemporary realities is a notable aspect. Then also, timing of Mahdi's arrival. While acknowledging that the precise time is unknown and only known to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the author attempts to estimate the Mahdi's arrival based on hadith interpretations and the unfolding of the other signs. And exactly or approximately what he's predicting is, according to the hadith, is the year 2204 AD, which is 2204. Is presented as the earliest possible time based on the completion of the 2nd century after the millennium. However, this is presented as an estimate, and the author emphasizes the importance of avoiding definitive pronouncements. The author also criticizes contemporary societies, including a critique of contemporary society, highlighting that what the author perceives as a moral decay, the influence of Western culture, and the misuse of technology. These criticisms serve to reinforce the idea that the world is ripe for the Mahdi's arrival and the establishment of a righteous Islamic order, providing global peace and security. Overall, the author provides a comprehensive overview of the Islamic belief in the coming of Imam al-Mahdi, grounded in traditional hadith literature. It aims to strengthen this belief with a specific interpretive framework and address opposing viewpoints. In our recommendation section, numerous books have been written by Sunni scholars regarding the arrival of Imam al-Mahdi. These books often delve into the signs and conditions associated with this arrival, drawing upon interpretations of Islamic texts like the Quran and the Hadith. One notable book in this genre is Al-Urf al-Wardi fi Akhbar al-Mahdi by Jalaluddin Suyuti, a renowned 15th century Sunni scholar. In this book, Al-Suyuti compiles various traditions related to al-Mahdi, discussing their authenticity and significance. He also explores the concept of Al-Mahdi within the broader context of Islamic eschatology. Another significant work is Kitab al-Fitan by Nuaym ibn Hammad, an early collector of hadith. This book includes traditions about Al-Mahdi and the tribulations that will precede his arrival. In contemporary times, Shaykh-ul-Islam, Dr. Muhammad Tahir-ul-Qadri Madazallu book stands out for various reasons. This book explores the Islamic concept of Imam Muhammad al-Mahdi, emphasizing the authenticity of related hadiths and their classification as mutawatir. It connects the Imam's arrival to the major signs of the Day of Judgment, following a period of minor signs already believed to be present, such as widespread immorality. This book details events associated with his time, like the battles against the Antichrist, the Dajjal, the Turks and Abyssinia, as well as the conquest of India and China. This book aligns the traditional textual signs with the contemporary ones like Imam Mahdi's fighter jets, warships, and global order. And the author also points out the danger of raising false alarms. Accurately predicting the appearance of Imam Mahdi requires careful consideration of all relevant hadiths, geopolitical circumstances, and a thorough analysis of end-of-time signs, rather than relying on isolated events or interpretations. And last but not the least, the book suggests a possible time frame for the Imam's arrival, although the exact timing remains unknown. Any person curious about the challenges of current times, instability in world order, will benefit from this book. So that's all from me in our book review. Let me know in the comment section if you want to know more about the coming of Imam al-Mahdi. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe. Wassalam.